All right, how we doing out there, people? Radio check, 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 check. This is Brian. I'm over here at the compound, and we're getting things done here today. What we're working on today is we're doing a little update on the PrimeWeld. I bought this about 3 years ago, and I'm getting many viewers asking what is going on with the PrimeWeld plasma cutter. Okay, so what we're going to do today, it's a beautiful sunny day in upstate New York. It's a little crisp, but you'll notice I'm not wearing my nice hat, my real nice one with the fur on it. You've got to understand, people, when you're using a plasma cutter, you don't want to ruin your clothing, so make sure you wear something that's fire retardant. Okay, make sure you don't have something on that's that it's very important. If you get a hole in it, you don't want to burn it. Like, I don't want to ruin my good hat, so I got this other one on, the sacrificial one. But make sure you wear some good glasses. These are made for the plasma cutter. You can see how they got a real dark hue to them. So we're going to go ahead and let's get you set up here, and we're going to give you some live action today. Is anybody ready for some live action? All right, so we're going to see what we can do. The situation is we've got this free steel that we found right here at the local tractor supply store. They throw it out, and we need to make some stuff with it. We've got some really nice steel rails here, and we could spend all day using the cutoff wheel and making all kinds of mess, but we're not going to do that. We're going to take most of the pieces off of it, and then what we're going to do is use our chop saw. We've got the Evolution with the new blade on it, and then we're going to clean it up and maybe a flapper disc and start putting some of this steel down in the basement, and we'll put a little preserving oil on it. And this way here, when we want to build something or need something, we don't have to run down to one of the big box stores and get, pay the long limousine dollar for that. So let's get started. We've got it plugged in. We've got air set up on the back. Okay, you want to see the air. I got you. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second, people. I'm trying to do this here. I'm trying to do this on the fly for you so that you've got a situation that says you've been well informed, So here we got our air tank coming in, and we've got it here. We've got a little bracket there. Now when you plug this in, this is all plastic. You want to just hold the other side of it and make sure you're getting a good grip on it before you plug that in. And this has like a water valve at the bottom for pulling out separating any water. Okay, so you want to hook that up, and you want to make sure you have, now I have mine set up for 110, so we've got the whip on it. I do have another end for the 220, but we have the 110 set up. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and turn this baby on. Let's see where we're at. Woo, 41. No, we don't need it that high. Let's back her down to, let's go to 30. Okay, we're cutting some pretty relatively thin steel. We put her down to 30. And let me get you set back up here, because you don't want to miss out on the action, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, so let's get you set up. Let's get you pointing in the right direction. Let's get you right on top of the action, and hopefully you'll be able to see exactly how nice this. I think I paid $179 for it. That was about 3 years ago, back when the Orange Man was in office. But now we've got all our money going to the third world countries and fighting wars and borders that we never really intended to fight and defend. But here you go. Let's take a look at it. You've got to hook up your let me see if I can even see you, people. Can you see this, people, or no? All right, we got to hook this ground up, so we're going to do that. Let's take a look at her. The end looks pretty good. There's a little air. Can you hear it? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and try to strike an arc and see if we can't turn around and cut this off. All right, made a nice clean cut. Okay, we're free there. It's that simple. If you can take a pencil and draw on something, it's similar to that. It's pretty simple, people. So don't you worry, I'm going to bring you down closer to the action. I'm just trying to give you an overview here first. Look at that. And there she is. She's cut off. It's that simple. There's no grinding, no discs. Can you see this, people? I sliced right through that like it was nothing. Now, this ain't a Miller, and this ain't a Decatherm. This isn't a high dollar situation. But at the end of the day, do we really need a high dollar situation in this situation? I would say no. So here we go again. We're going to go ahead and take this piece off here, but I want to bring you down closer to the action. So bear with me, people. I've got to lower the tripod. I can't do the cutting and the holding of the camera, so you're just going to have to bear with me. If you want to get closer to the action, you're going to have to say, "Action Jackson, we need to get closer." And right now, Action Jackson is taking this baby to a new level to bring you down, okay? Because it does no good for you to sit on your couch and see what's going on from a distance. You need to get right in with the live action, okay? So I want to bring you down. Let me see if that's any better. I got to take these glasses off to see the camera. That's not any better. Let's get you even closer. Let's get you closer to the action and see if we can't show you how nice this cheap internet plasma cutter is. Now, I'll tell you this. There are consumables, okay? There are consumables that you need to get, and we're going to go over them here in a minute. But I can't show you everything at once, people. Do you understand that? So, there are consumables. You've got, let's bring this up here. You have your cup, you have your air nozzle, and then you have an electrode on the inside there. I don't know if you can see that. And when this piece here starts to get worn, you'll see it starts to wear out over time. The air will not shoot correctly, and you'll start getting an erratic cut. That's when you change out your consumables. That's why they call them consumables. Okay? But we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut this here. We're going to cut this, and I'm going to see if you can't turn around and get a little closer. Let's get you right down there, because I know you want some of the action. And this is a situation that says you've got to pay attention. Let me see if I'm in there. Oh, you're pretty close now. Look at that. You're going to be able to see the arc, the spark, and the rock and roll. So let's get her done. Now, there's not a lot of PPE you need with this. You do need, a lot of guys will use gloves. You really, in my opinion, don't necessarily need them. But, you know, my hands, they're tougher than 5 acres of raw garlic. So don't worry about my hands. They're not in the flame. We're going to go ahead and take a cut here. Are you ready, people? Here we go. I got my glasses on, because you definitely don't want one of them in your eyeball. Okay, there's one cut. your post-cooling. You can feel the cooling air coming through to cool your nozzle down. And give my compressor a minute. It's got to charge up. But as you see, I mean, you see how close and how quick this cuts. What guy out there sitting on a couch right now, knowing full well he's got bolts to cut, metal to cut, wouldn't want one of these? If you can find them, point them out to me, because I know every guy I know that's got the how do we put this, the correct chromosomes. They're going to want one of these. Okay, this is a situation that says you need this for part of your garage, people. This is something that they're not sponsoring me, but we're going to get to my sponsors in a minute. But PrimeWeld is a Chinese company that they are not sponsoring me. But at the end of the day, we have a plasma cutter on the cheap. We're not paying expensive amounts of money for it. You see the quality of the cut, okay? Look at this. Now, this would take a lot longer with a cutoff wheel. Now, I can come in here with a flapper disc and dress this up, and this piece of metal right here, okay, let's get an overview. This piece of metal right here, this angle iron, is saved. We're not sending that to the dustbin of society saying you're no good no more, go to the scrapyard, get buried under thousands of pounds of debris. We're actually recycling this. So who's the environmentalist really, people? It's the people out here trying to recycle, okay, and repurpose and reuse things. So I want you to think about this and think about it clearly. Get you a Prime or a equivalent plasma cutter, okay, but do not get in your wallet and spend $1,000, $1,800, $1,500. You can get on the internet for a couple of $200, $250 at the most, and find you something that's going to work just as good for your purpose. Now, you're not doing this commercially. You understand that, right, people? We're not doing this commercially, but we're saying, I really need that piece of metal out there to be trimmed off, but I got to go find a cutoff wheel. I got to go get a grinder. Hopefully the battery's charged up.